Halloween just around the corner. Today, the Speakmans are here to help you tackle your superstitions. And loads of them actually come from somewhere real, don't they?
They all come from somewhere real.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about superstition is that it's a belief or a practice. This is a definition. It's not based on reason or scientific knowledge.
So that's a good place to start, because when you know it's not based on reason or scientific knowledge, you can sort of start to think, OK, so this has come from somewhere, and these stories over time get exaggerated. So
OK, let's go to the phone lines, because we've got a lot to try and get through. We've got Thea on line 1. Hi there, Thea.
Hi there.
Thank you for calling in. Right then, what would you like Nick and Eva to help you with?
So I've got a superstition of mirrors breaking, and I actually work in a DIY store where we sell them. So it makes it quite difficult when people come with one in the trolley.
Right, of course, I bet.
I bet you're really nervous when you see those mirrors in the trolleys, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't say much, but I just make a kind of joke and say, oh, are you all right to lift the mirror while I zap it? And then I just get on with it.
Well, let me tell you where this came from. This actually came from the Romans. And the Romans had this belief that your spirit would be in the mirror, and if the mirror broke, then it would damage your spirit, and it would take... And they also had the belief that it took 7 years to regenerate. Yes. So it would take 7 years for you to come back to normal, basically. And whilst that regeneration was happening, you'd have 7 years bad luck. But I want you to consider that there's absolutely no science or reason behind this. And also, and this might put it into perspective for you, because there's a way to negate the 7 years bad luck if you did one of these things. And this, for me, puts it into perspective. You either had to bury the pieces of the broken mirror by midnight, you had to take them into a graveyard and touch a tombstone, or if there was a south-running stream nearby, you put the pieces in it, and after 7 hours, the bad luck would disappear. So when you consider things like that to negate it, then you can sort of realise that, really, it's a bit of nonsense.
Yeah, ultimately.
So is there something that Thea can do then? Is it just sort of replacing it, reframing it in her mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just understanding where it came from, and literally it's a story from the Romans. There's no science behind it. And actually realising there's absolutely nothing to fear at all.
And also, Thea, if it helps, it's not your mirror, because don't forget, you've got to look in that mirror for this story to...
If that was real.
If it was real, to be true. So as long as you're not looking in it anyway, you're pretty safe.
Yeah, it's not your soul.
Years ago, before I went to university, I worked in a mirror-making factory to earn some money to go travelling. And we worked on the end of this really long mirror-making machine. It was enormous, really noisy. And at lunch, I'd see the guy at the other end of the machine go to lunch. I couldn't speak to him, it was too noisy. So I'd leave and go to lunch. But, of course, what I forgot was the mirrors were still going through the end, and I was supposed to take them off the other end. And I came back every lunchtime after lunch, and there'd be smashed mirrors on the floor. And, Thea, honestly, I must have broken about 20 mirrors while I was there.
No wonder you've got no soul. No wonder. It all becomes clear now.
And I managed to get through that. So if that helps in any way, I certainly hope.
I really hope so.
And maybe that's why you now need those lucky underpants.
There you go, Eva. You are
yes, Thea, get yourself some lucky pants and you'll be fine, OK?
Thanks, Thea. Thank you. And next caller is called Louise. Good morning, Louise.
Good morning.
Hi, Louise.
Good morning.
Hiya. So basically what it is, I've just become 9 weeks pregnant. I'm really anxious about getting to the 12-week mark, and I've become obsessed with magpies. So if I see one magpie on its own, I'm convinced something bad's going to happen. And then if I see two, I'm like, that's positive. Nothing's going to go wrong. And I've just become really, really obsessed with seeing them.
OK, well,
I think the first thing to say is congratulations.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that is lovely news. And I kind of get it. I think when you at this time, it is a bit of a nerve-wracking time regardless. However, the good news is I used to have a problem with magpies as well. So I did the research on this one. And as soon as I found out, Louise, where it had come from, I could literally let it go. So I think we've all become familiar with the rhyme because sort of back in the 70s, there was a TV show called Magpie. And their theme tune had the, the one for sorrow, two for joy, three for a girl, etc. And that's kind of how we became aware of it. But the truth behind this rhyme, and one being for sorrow, where it actually comes back to is a poem. That poem, one for sorrow, two for joy, three for a girl, etc., was written in the 1770s. And the person that wrote it actually was, what they meant was that when magpies, when they get a mate, they mate for life. So when you see two magpies, that will be it. They will be together forever. Now, if one should get hit by a car or pass away, then the partner that is alive, they will stay on their own forever. So in that poem, when we hear one for sorrow, what they're actually saying is sorrow to the magpie because it's by itself and it will be forever on its own because it will never find another partner. So actually, it's nothing to do with us. It doesn't belong to us. The sorrow is actually the single magpie.
For the birds.
Ah, there you go. Does that make you feel a bit better, Louise?
Yes, definitely.
Good to hear.
You can kind of put that to peace now in your head, I think.
And since I let it go, I can honestly tell you, I've seen loads of single magpies, and all I do is I look at them and think, oh, bless them. And it's changed everything, and everything's been fine.
Oh, there you go,
and
Louise.
good luck with the baby.
Yeah,
congratulations. Really thrilled for you.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Right, we've had this one from Gail. Gail's daughter buried sausages before her wedding. I've not heard of this before.
No, I haven't heard of
My daughter got married in the summer and said if you bury a sausage at the venue the night before the wedding, the weather will be good. We purchased a box of cocktail sausages, scattered several around the grounds the night before the big day. It turned out to be the hottest day of the year. Maybe we had too many sausages. Have you heard of this one before, Nick?
Well, we actually heard only this morning that one of the production staff who got married did exactly that.
No.
Yes, we did. We can't mention any names.
I'm not sure. We didn't get permission to name names.
Yes. However,
but
they had sunshine on the wedding.
Yes, she did. She buried a sausage.
Yes.
And basically, we know it comes from the north of England somewhere, and we also know that obviously we can't predict the weather. So when somebody can't predict something, they will do anything, even burying a sausage, just to hopefully get a little bit of good luck. We know it comes from the north of England. We know it sort of dates back many, many years. And apparently, a sausage represents hope, prosperity.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
fertility.
And nothing to do with
lucky pants on.
but nothing to do with
sausage on your
weather.
wedding, I thought was something very different.
I could see where you were going with that one.
Exactly. Have we got time for one last one? Marie, she says, I keep seeing the number 1111 on clocks in the car, microwave, and when I pick my phone up, for some reason, 1111 seems relevant. What does
What's really interesting with this is this falls into the realm of cognitive bias. If you notice that you see something a lot, you then start looking for it more, and therefore you feel like you see more of it, but actually it's because you've told yourself to look for it.
So Marie might see 1118, but she ignores that one. It's the 1111. However, let me tell you that I did a little bit of research. Marie, this is great news for you because numerologists actually say that 1111 is the luckiest number. It's the best time to make a wish because it's the symbol of new beginnings. So when you see that 1111, you can celebrate.
And enjoy it.
Enjoy, Marie. Enjoy. Thank you, guys. That's brilliant.